We welcome you to a late afternoon get-together at Tropicana Field for Rays baseball. Middle game of the series between the Rays and the Cleveland Guardians. Well, hi again, everyone. Welcome to Rays baseball with Brian Anderson, Dwayne Stats. Great to have you aboard. Ryan Bass joined us throughout the afternoon and early evening as well. What a finish to the game last night in walk-off fashion. Wander Franco providing the fireworks, and he's been doing that over the last couple weeks.
We've been talking about Wander Franco about every single ball game, and for good reason, Dwayne. You're absolutely right. You go over the last 13 games, Wander Franco is at a different level right now. From the left side of the plate, from the right side of the plate. He's hit safely in 12 of the 13 games. He's got a .431 average, a .500 on base percentage, and look at the OPS at 1363 on the back of those 6 home runs, including the walk-off last night. What was a very disappointing top of the 9th inning. He made it all better a couple of pitches into the bottom half.
And what do you do to top that? I'm not sure, but we're going to try sending a couple of East Carolina Pirates to the mound to square off here in this game.
Listen, how happy is Kevin Patterson? How happy is Kevin Patterson?
Beside himself.
He's absolutely beside himself. Well, listen, Shawn Armstrong is going to open this one up for the Rays. Maybe you could get 2 or 3 innings out of him, but look at his last 11 appearances. 18 in the 3rd innings, just 9 hits and 2 earned runs given up. Doesn't hurt himself with the walk. Got an outstanding cutter, 2-seam, 4-seam, and a slider, and he knows how to use them. So Kevin Cash trusts him to go out there and get the Rays off to a quick start. On the other hand, Gavin Williams, 6'6", 250, and you talk about power. Look what he did in his last start against the Toronto Blue Jays offense, a very potent offense. 7 innings of 1-hit shutout baseball on 12 punch-outs, just 1 walk. With Gavin Williams, it's all about command. If he has command, this could be a tough night for the Rays offense.
So the Rays continue to run second in the American League East. They are 2 games back, and this afternoon it will be the Rays and the Guardians from Tropicana Field. Rays baseball on Valley Sports is brought to you by Truist, by Toyota, Let's Go Places, by Frontier. Uncable yourself, get fiber internet. And by the Florida Lottery, which has generated over $43 billion for Florida's students and schools. This afternoon at Tropicana Field, an invasion of the Pirates, fresh from East Carolina. Shawn Armstrong on the hill for the Rays. Gavin Williams will do the pitching for Cleveland. Rays baseball against the Guardians coming up. Star, since arriving in style to the big leagues as a 20-year-old rookie. And last night, Wander put all of his talents on display. A one-hopper to short. No, what a pick up and throw.
Backhand jump throw right on the money. You couldn't have laid it over there any better.
I don't know if there's a prettier play in baseball than this one right here. And a long one, high and deep to right. That baby's gone. Rays win 9-8 on the walk-off by Wander. Today, Wander looks to lead the Rays to another victory in Game 2 versus the Guardians. And in the aftermath of all that excitement, the Rays find themselves 2 back of Baltimore in the American League East with a lot of baseball left to play. And boy, if they're anything like last night, we are in for some kind of finish in this season. Let's take a look at the lineup brought to you by your local Ford dealers. The Guardians will have Stephen Kwan leading off. He's in left field, followed by Brian Rocchio at shortstop. Andres Jimenez will hit third and play second. Ramon Laureano, the cleanup man, in right. The DH, Oscar Gonzalez. At first base, Cole Calhoun. Gabriel Arias is at third base. Miles Straw in center field hitting 8th. Cam Gallagher will do the catching and bat 9th.
Well, opening this one up for the Tampa Bay Rays is going to be right-hander Shawn Armstrong. And listen, he has been good all season long, no matter what the role. But he has thrived in that opener type role. Our Toyota Keys, you take a look at the times that he has done it, that adds up to 7 innings. He's given up 5 hits, 8 strikeouts, not a run yet. And so that's what Kevin Cash is looking for here this afternoon. Shawn Armstrong, go out, get the Rays pitching off to a quick start, get an early lead, and ride it out from there. Let's take a look at that defense and see how it's going to line up. Brought to you by Golden Diamond Source. In the outfield left to right, we've got Randy Arozarena, Jose Siri, and Luke Raley. Infield third to first, Isaac Paredes, Wander Franco, Brandon Lau, and Yandy Diaz with Rene Pinto back behind the plate.
Rays got some help late last night when the Mariners in Seattle knocked off Baltimore 9-2. Wander Franco took care of things here at Tropicana Field to give the Rays that 9-8 victory. So Rays baseball all set against Cleveland here with Shawn Armstrong out there to open this game. Juan stepping in. And the first pitch, he's going to bunt that ball, and that's a strike. You can see him shorten. That brought Paredes in. And here's the other thing. Juan came close to stepping out of the batter's box. He was so aggressive thinking of putting down that bunt.
Well, remember how they started the game last night against Savali. First 2 hitters laying down bunts.
Which is foul back, and just like that, it's an 0-2 count.
And by the way, Isaac Paredes could have shaken hands with Stephen Kwan. He was so far in. Now he will go back with 2 strikes.
And a foul ball. Right back into the crowd, and a grab there. Some good defensive work already in the stands here. Up left side, foul ball. Paredes after it, full head of steam, got it right there near the railing beyond the camera well and the end of the dugout.
Well, he had to come a little bit of a way there because he was playing more shaded towards shortstop, and he's able to track that ball, get over in plenty of time to put it away. Boy, eyes never leave that baseball. A quick look at where that dugout railing is, and yet able to pick that ball back up and record the first out.
There's Rocchio, the shortstop, up in the number 2 spot in the lineup for Terry Francona. 1-0.
Well, they really like this young shortstop. I think that he has a real good opportunity to be their shortstop of the future.
Up after that pitch and a miss. 1-1. He had a couple hits. Rocchio on base actually 3 times, once on an error. And now Armstrong ahead of him, 1-2.
You got the fastball elevated, and then that hard, really, it's like a cutter. But he's got a similar arsenal that we see from Drew Rasmussen, where he's got the 2-seamers, a little different than Drew that way, but the cutter and then a hard slider. And there it was.
2-2. Well, what a nice run Armstrong has been on, where the Rays have had to be very creative with their pitching. On the ground to second. Brandon Lau up and out with the toss. 2 up and 2 down.
Interesting, Yandy Diaz wearing the hat from last night's ball game. That's the Tampa Bay Devil Rays Friday home game. Brandon Lau has on the proper hat for the Saturday afternoon game. Yandy always has different colors on. Got the pink belt, fluorescent sleeves and shoes, and the wrong hat.
Not a slave to fashion.
Well, it might not even be his. He's having a hard time getting that on.
Did I get the right one? The pitch down and in. Jimenez at second base, hitting third. There's a strike. 1.
Well, Jose Ramirez is serving his suspension and not a part of this lineup, and now Terry Francona without his best hitter trying to piece this thing together.
And a cut and miss. 2-2. Yeah, Jose Ramirez, no question, the heart and soul of this team. And with the experience and veteran presence, as well as what he gives them athletically. So he'll miss a couple games. This is pop foul, going to be out of play, and the count is still 2-2.
Well, he was able to, the original suspension was for 3 games. We talked about it last night. He appealed it and got it knocked down to 2. And then the decision was made to take them today and tomorrow.
Swing and a miss. That takes care of Cleveland in the first. A 1-2-3 first inning. When we come back, it will be Yandy Diaz to lead it off for the Rays.
Well, we are scoreless as we head into the home half of the first inning. Yandy Diaz leading it out. Let's take a look at our Liberty Mutual Insurance field coverage. And that's going to be the starter here for the Cleveland Guardians. The right-hander, the big right-hander, Gavin Williams. He was drafted, interestingly enough, how about this, in the 30th round by the Tampa Bay Rays. Elected to go to college, went to East Carolina, was an All-American there his senior year in 21, and was drafted 23rd overall by the Cleveland Guardians. And here, 2 seasons later, he has made his debut. He's coming off of a performance that we highlighted in the open, 7 shutout innings on 1 hit against the Toronto Blue Jays while striking out 12. He has that kind of power stuff. It comes down, young pitcher, does he have command? If he has command, he's going to be tough.
And Yandy Diaz will lead it off for the Rays. Second leading hitter in the American League at .318, and the first pitch is 96. Top part of the zone, strike 1.
And that ball's got some jump on it. He will mix in a slider, a curveball, and a changeup. His curveball, a lot of depth on that pitch.
He just missed with a second fastball at 96, 1-1. Foul the other way. Take a quick look at the starting lineup presented by Ford. Yandy followed by Franco, and then Brandon Lau, Rosarena, Paredes, and Raley down the middle. Siri, Lowe, and Pinto rounding it out for the Rays. And a strike call, and he drops that one in there. A curveball got him looking.
Well, let's take a look at that Guardian defense and see how it's going to line up behind him in support. Brought to you by Golden Diamond Source. In the outfield left to right, we've got Stephen Kwan, Miles Straw, and Ramon Laureano. Infield third to first, Gabriel Arias, Brian Rocchio, Andres Jimenez, and Cole Calhoun, with Cam Gallagher getting the call behind the plate.
Now here's Wander Franco, the hero last night. Fastball is away. Yeah, that fastball here in the handful of pitches we've seen, 96, 97. Averages in the mid-90s. And there's 98.
At 98 down in the zone and still able to power it by Wander Franco. Wander Franco does not swing and miss at pitches in the strike zone very often. So that's something you don't see a lot, especially fastballs.
1-2.
And the Rays getting their first look, so a lot of information gathering this first time through the lineup.
Tapper, a foul ball. Williams, pretty good size out there. Neighborhood of 250. 6'4". That's away. 98. Liner into center. There's a base hit. And Franco is aboard with 1 out in the first inning. Wander on base 3 times last night. Into the game with a home run. The initial base runner for the Rays in this game.
Now, how about the changeup? You know, that was a pitch that was giving him trouble, you know, back and you're talking about that early middle part of July. But he has made the adjustment on that. And even after seeing 97, 98, he stays on the 90-mile-an-hour changeup and uses the middle of the field with 2 strikes. I'll tell you, he just is locked in at the plate, seeing the ball well, and that swing is on point.
Brandon Lau, there's a liner into right. That's a base hit. Franco advances to second and holds there.
And guess what? How about Brandon Lau? First pitch curveball. That's a pitch that a lot of teams have been going after him with. I'll tell you, trying to steal a strike right there was Gavin Williams. And Brandon got a great look at it and able to turn it over into right field. And now the Rays have something cooking.
Well, Lau engaged from the very first pitch and lines that breaking pitch in there. Now Randy Arozarena. And a strike. Back to the fastball on the inside part of the plate.
I'm still stuck on Brandon Lau. You know, a pitcher out there, Gavin Williams, a guy that hasn't, you know, he hasn't seen me. So I'm going to throw a first pitch curveball and steal a strike. And Brandon Lau is having nothing to do with that. You don't see guys typically going after that first pitch curveball, but he did, and to his and the team's benefit. Making that little adjustment, realizing that that's how these teams are attacking the slow stuff early in counts.
A long look back there at second. And a ground ball to second. Jimenez to second and over to first. Rocchio in the middle to Calhoun. 4-6-3 on the double play, and the Rays leave a man, pick up 2 hits, do not score. On to inning 2 we go. Here's the inning ender. Laureano leading off here in the second inning, and the first pitch is wide. Ramon Laureano in right field, getting out of the number 4 spot. Sean Armstrong out there. Ball headed to short. Franco up with it, and a strike across to Yandy Diaz. Let's check in with Ryan Bass right here. Ryan.
Well, Dwayne B.A., Sean Armstrong is sporting some custom cleats that arrived this morning to the Rays clubhouse. They actually were made by an artist out of Cleveland, a talented artist by the name of Jonathan Husofsky, who's known for his skills with a paintbrush. Sean said Jonathan helped his vision come true, a way for him to represent his young son, Declan Cutter Armstrong, while he's out there on the field. It has his son's avatar on it, his Aries astrological sign, a star constellation to mark the time that he was born, which was on opening day, March 31st, 2021. The kicks arrived just in time for his start, and B.A., you and me being, you know, 2 big guys that love our shoes, I figured you'd get a kick out of those.
Yeah, you are absolutely right, Ryan. And I love the name Cutter. I mean, that's such a big pitch for Sean Armstrong to incorporate that. I mean, that is fantastic. And how about the timing of those sweet kicks showing up right before this opportunity to start this game?
Into the screen, 1-2. Yeah, and you're right about the cutter. I mean, that's his principal pitch. It has become very prominent for him.
Well, it's a pitch that, you know, he can ride up in the zone. He can get on top of it and use it as a really hard slider. It's a really big weapon for him to go along with the 2-seam, the 4-seam, and the traditional slider. And Ryan's right. I'm into the shoe game now. It's a new thing, and it's not for everybody.
Yeah, and when you go in, you go all in.
I did go all in.
Yep.
I did, but it'd been a long time coming. I've been sporting those other shoes for. I may have been playing stuff.
This one's a tough play deep in the hole. Franco's going to hold it. The ball got by Paredes to his left. Franco got over there, but that's a base hit for Oscar Gonzalez.
Yeah, that was one of those plays where if Paredes can't glove it, you're probably not going to get him. And just see where this ball was chopped. And right there, Paredes got to reach, can't do it. Now from there, just not going to be able to get Gonzalez.
Pitch to Cole Calhoun is low. Calhoun a .238 average. A strike on 3 times in the game last night with a single and a couple walks. One. Fourth start this year for Armstrong, the 7th overall in his career. He's fouled back, a fastball. And we go to 2-2. And a swing and miss. He gets Calhoun on the hard stuff right there. Second strikeout, second out of the inning.
4-seamer, top of the zone. Maybe even just above that zone, up near the letters of Calhoun. We talk about it all the time. That pitch is so enticing to these hitters. They have a hard time laying off of it. And on the flip side, they have a hard time doing anything with it.
Gabriel Arias. Strike one. Bill Armstrong first got to the big leagues with this Cleveland ball club back in 2017.
You know, how about the journey of these two Pirates here starting this ball game? You've got Armstrong from Cleveland to Tampa, and then you've got Gavin Williams, first drafted by Tampa from Cape Fear High School in North Carolina, and then he goes to college and ends up in Cleveland.
Upstairs, 2-1.
He was one of those rare guys, too, drafted in the first round as a senior.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of times you go to those Division I schools and you're a draftable guy. You're going to get drafted as after your junior year. You've got some leverage, and that's typically when you would go. He got drafted in the first round, 23rd overall, as a senior at East Carolina. That's rare.
Upstairs. So a full count. Outfield shaded around the other way for Arias. And he lines it into left for a base hit. Arozarena will make the pickup. Up to second. Gonzalez, 2 men on, 2 men out.
They got to stay in the zone here in this full count. So there's the cutter. And Arias does a nice job of just reaching out, getting around that baseball. You know, he's a guy, a lot of his hits are up the middle the other way, which is exactly the way that the Rays had him played. But this one to the pull side keeps the inning alive for Cleveland. And look at that, Yandy making the adjustment on the hat.
Yep. He said, yep, I realized that. So. Yandy with the proper cap now.
He's kind of going low key today with the accessories. He has the pink belt, but you know, a lot of times we see the fluorescent sleeves. No, going with traditional Ray blue, darker socks, the shoes.
Yep. Well, Miles Straw steps in, the number 8 hitter in the lineup today. He had 2 hits, including a home run last night. And after the conference on the Hill, led by Kyle Snyder, 1-0 the count to Straw. We're going to get some action brewing in the bullpen for the Rays. Armstrong opening this one. And it's a strike. 1-1. Erasmo Ramirez up in the bullpen. Two and one. A couple base hits. In and around a ground ball and a strikeout. This is a little bit wide. 3-1. Upstairs, he walks him to load the bases.
Yeah, uncharacteristic for Shawn Armstrong, and we have gone over his numbers. You can go back 10 games, you can go back 20 games. It really doesn't matter. He's been outstanding since coming back in a multitude of roles. But right here, just having a little bit of command and control issues, some deeper counts, and now working with the bases loaded.
Cam Gallagher, the catcher, hitting out of the 9th spot. Pops him up, foul ball. Yandy starts to go after it, but it's going to carry into the stands. So that ball out of play. Strike one. Two. Cut on that one. Gallagher with 5 extra base hits. All doubles. And Armstrong has him down in the count. And the pitch foul. Fastball upper part of the zone, very top there. Singles and a walk, loading the bases. Again, the 0-2. Way upstairs. A little something extra on that one, and a miss way high.
Well, he knows this is probably his last hitter. And so whatever you have left, you just lay it out there. And now let's see if he goes back to that cutter in the 1-2 count. Last 2 pitches have been traditional elevated heaters.
And he gets him looking. He strikes him out. to the slider, got him looking. Cleveland leaves the bases loaded. We go to the bottom of inning 2, scoreless. Claim your share of the Rays 50-50 charity raffle jackpot. Proceeds support youth programming in Tampa Bay, so you can win big and support the community. Visit raysbaseball.com/50-50. Rays had a couple men on in the first against this big right-hander Gavin Williams. Double play ended that. The Rays left a man, and here is Isaac Paredes leading off. Which is upstairs. 1 ball, no strikes. 2-0. You know.
Well, if Isaac wasn't going to turn it loose already, you've given him a great opportunity now. The count in his favor and no margin for error.
And the fastball landed 96, taken for a strike.
And that's the beauty of a 3-0 count. 3-1, still Isaac Paredes can sit back and be picky. And if he gets another one like that, look out.
3-1. He's under it, pops it up, foul. That will carry out a play.
And that one, it was way up there.
And a hot shot. That's foul. Look out. Boy, that ball off the bat of Isaac Paredes. There's some high velocity involved.
I mean, that's 97. That was yanked way foul off the barrel. That's how quick that swing got started by Isaac.
Swing and miss. 97 up. Got it.
That's it. And that's the key. Was up. That was able to get over that swing of Paredes, and he's trying to lift that ball and watch it just beat the bat to the spot. Can't get to that one. Not with that swing. Not with that velocity.
With Luke Raley. Takes that breaking ball in on the first pitch, so he puts that over for strike 1. And a swing and miss. 0-2.
This was the curveball that we were talking about coming in. And by the way, not only has it got a lot of depth to it, but it's 20 miles an hour off that fastball. There's a huge range.
Popped up left side. Arias, the third baseman, in that normal shortstop spot, makes the catch. Well, a couple breaking balls, and then that fastball got him on the popper.
You know, and that's the thing. It wasn't that pitcher's right down the middle, and Luke had a very good look at it. But 20 miles an hour harder, it's hard to get that bat where it needs to be, and you end up with the pop up. So maybe he's another one of those guys that can use the fastball to set up that curveball, or just like he did right there, use the curveballs to then set up the heater.
And here is Jose Siri. Fouls it back. On the play it goes for a strike. Chasing this one. 0-2. Well, it's been quite a combo here so far. for Williams. Stays in. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And a fly ball left center field. That's going to drop. Siri's going to dig for 2. Ball bobbled out there. He'll make a turn and hang on. Ball between Straw and Kwan out there. A couple of speedy outfielders. And that ball was a hot potato there for a moment.
Well, and that's what makes you wonder where they're playing. Okay, boom and boom. And that ball by Jose Siri is going to be right, is going to be right out. Get that arrow right out in here. I mean, he hit it to the perfect spot. The only place that these guys aren't going to be able to track it down because of what you said, speedy outfielders, and just lays it in there. And then this is what you're talking about and what gave Siri thoughts of maybe trying for third.
Josh Lowe. Siri jockeying back and forth off second, and a long hold by Williams before the pitch. And it's down, ball 1. So with 2 outs, the Rays with a man in scoring position on the 9th double of the year for Jose Siri. Taken low. Breaking pitch. 2-0. And the cut and miss. Back to the fastball there. Down 2-0 in the count. He threw the fastball by him. One little chopper. Jimenez from second base makes the play, and the Rays leave a man at second. They've stranded 2 men so far. No score. Scoreless, headed on to the 3rd inning. Party's at the Trop. Tropicana Field. Going back to the 90s in the postgame concert Friday, September 8th. After the Rays face the Mariners. Get your tickets and field wristbands at RaysBaseball.com/concerts.
How about the fact that the Rays have allowed, there's a moose in the house.
Yeah, the moose is loose.
The moose is loose at Tropicana Field.
Seems rather sedate and satisfied right now. We go to the top of the lineup. And the first pitch to Stephen Kwan is a strike call. Rasmo Ramirez takes over on the hill after 2 innings from Sean Armstrong. Time called, and Pinto and Ramirez want to get together and make sure everything is working properly and they're on the same page.
Yeah, definitely some miscommunication to get a visit after 1 pitch. And Sean Armstrong, a couple more clean innings. He had to work around some base runners, but he did just that.
It's wide. 1-1. A couple hits allowed by Armstrong. Those came in the 2nd inning and a walk. 3 strikeouts. Lifted toward left center field. That's going to be trouble. Kwan already headed to second base as the ball rolls along the base of the wall out there and all the way to third. Kwan goes in standing up.
Dwayne, that little fence above the padding on the wall, that ball took a carom behind Siri. This is going to be a double. This is a cutter middle down, and Kwon does a great job staying on it and getting it out into left center field with some authority. But watch the kick it takes after it hits that fencing. Boom, behind Siri. That's what allowed Kwon to get to third base. If that ball comes right back to Siri, Kwon's going to be at second. That kick right there allowed him.
Fly ball off the bat of Rocchio into right, deep enough. The tag by Kwon, the throw back in, but there is no play, and Cleveland breaks out in front.
And just a bad bounce and a good at bat there to get the ball airborne and get it deep enough to get him in.
Yeah, that ball hit that little support out there and kicked away, and Kwon took an extra base for the triple and now scores the first run.
That's the one thing that this offense can do. They don't have a lot of power in it, especially with Jose Ramirez out. But boy, they can run. A lot of them run well.
Jimenez takes it down and in. Andres Jimenez, a strikeout his first time. Two and 0. Way behind now. One out, base is empty, a run home. It's a strike. Ramirez back with the Rays here. Back for the last couple weeks. Foul ball will send the count full. Came into this outing with 8 innings under his belt, allowing 1 earned run, and now the run on the triple and the sacrifice fly in the 3rd inning of this game. Check swing, and the pitch is foul. Well, took care of a bee there in Republic. Hot shot toward the right field corner. It's going to one-hop the wall. Kick away from Raley, has to backhand it. Jimenez is going to dig for 3, and he's going to make it, and the throw gets by Paredes, and Ramirez is there to play the carom. So Jimenez winds up at 3rd.
We just talked about this. This is the one thing that this offense can do. One little kick, and here's another one. Watch this ball kick, and now Raley's got to go after it. Once he has to do that, that just gave Jimenez, that's when he made the decision. He was going to get into third base. Unfortunate for the Rays that that throw that went awry didn't allow him to get to the plate.
Well, a couple 3 base hits to this point.
And Kevin Cash is wanting to know if that was a ground rule double. It bounced up high there.
So the umpires checking with each other.
Let's see where it hits. Up here, right over the wall. Yeah, it gets the foul pole.
And it is going to be a ground rule double because it went up over that yellow line and hit the foul pole.
Yeah, so you know what? Good for someone to pick that up and to get together with those umpires, and they did make the right call. You could clearly see that ball get the foul pole.
So that's a conversation Adrian Johnson, the crew chief, having with Tito Francona. Here's another look.
Just up over that padding. And you know what? That's what caused that hard ricochet that got behind Raley.
Yep. So it's a double for Jimenez. He's out there with one away. Laureano. He takes that breaking ball just wide. Laureano drove in a run with a base hit last night. Also scored a run after being hit by a pitch. There is a strike. 1-1. Erasmo Ramirez following Sean Armstrong. Laureano swinging and missing. One out front. Now time requested by Laureano. Two and two. Ramirez worked 3 innings on the 6th. That was in Detroit. Gave up a run on 3 hits and a walk. Struck out 3 in that one. That was a 58 pitch outing for him. And this one disappears on Laureano, and he is out on strikes.
Well, cutters to get ahead of him to get the first 2 strikes, and then how about this 2-seamer? Middle of the plate, and just can't reach it.
Two outs. Oscar Gonzalez. Same thing there. Swing and miss on that one.
You know, and that's what Erasmo wants these guys to do. He's using that cutter as a hard slider down and away, and these guys are pulling off of it. That's a pitch you have to stay through the middle of the field or the other way, or you don't have a chance. See that same thing. He's trying to get out and around that ball. And this is a guy, you talk to the Cleveland people, and they're like, he wants to use the middle of the field. But those 2 swings tell you that he's looking to pull. I mean, watch that front hip. That hip is already headed down the third base line. He can't reach that ball. That's where a guy like Erasmo Ramirez can read that and can exploit that. A lot of experience.
Did up the right side there. Out of play, foul.
Well, I go right back to that cutter, down and away. Make him prove to you that he can lay off of it. Because so far he has not. Now if he does, then okay, good. We've got more options to go to. But right here, end it with that cutter down and away.
And he does. He got him to chase. Struck him out. We go to the bottom half of inning 3, 1-0. 3-game series beginning Tuesday, 22nd of August through Thursday, the 24th. Tickets start at just $10. Rays and the Rockies. Get your tickets at RaysBaseball.com. Rene Pinto. Pinto hitting out of the 9th spot. Opens with that 96-mile-per-hour fastball, fouling it the other way. One. Rays have had a couple of men in scoring position in the first couple innings. They've left 2. Trail 1-0 with a 2-1 count on Pinto. And we'll go back around to the top of the lineup. Yandy Diaz and Wander Franco. 2-2, 97 there from Williams.
You know, just watching Devin Williams pitch and throw fastballs like that, you get the feeling that that's a pitch when in doubt. When in doubt, just rear back and let me ride 97 up in the zone.
And a swing and miss, you mean like that?
Like that. I mean, he saw the previous pitch, the action on it, and said, you know what, if I could do that again, I'm going to get myself a strikeout to start off this inning, and that's exactly what he did. That ball was by Pinto. When he comes downhill right at you, gets tremendous extension. He's one of those guys that gets way out there. He gets out there in the Tyler Glasnow range.
Now the top of the order, Yandy Diaz. He's a pretty good sized guy out there. 6'6". They're listing him now at 250. And he's got 97 and sometimes 97 plus. And a strike 1-1.
And then he's tonight anyway, or this afternoon, whatever we're calling the 4 o'clock game, he's been pairing it up with that curveball that's got a ton of depth, and it's minus 18, 20 miles per hour.
2-1. Comes into this game 1-3, but with a 290 earned run average. And some pretty good numbers across the board. And this one, a breaking ball, and it hits Yandy Diaz.
Well, the last thing that Williams wanted to do, that was a curveball, 76, 77 miles an hour in that range that just squirted out of the hand. Want this pitch middle away, and it ends up on Yandy Diaz's left arm. What's worse off, Yandy's arm or that baseball?
There's Wander Franco. 98 down. 1 ball, no strikes. Strike around the knees. Franco last night singled in 2 runs in the 3rd. Walked and scored in the 7th, and then hit the walk-off home run in the 9th inning to give the Rays a 9-8 victory. He takes that one as it stayed just wide. Fouled back, fastball at 98. Let's go back to that walk-off on a 1-1 pitch. Franco ended it.
Boy, he got a hanging breaking ball from Mr. Sinderland, and he was able to get that ball out to right field. And, you know, after that top of the 9th inning, that was just so heartbreaking for the Rays. They got excited again just a couple pitches in.
A swing and miss. Bird back with 98.
You don't see this very often, especially during this stretch that Wander has been on. A fastball that's out over the, and even he gives you the look like, how did that happen? He hasn't missed one of those in weeks.
Brandon Lau. Which is inside. 1 ball, no strikes. The left side twisting, and that's going to be out of play. 1-1. Cleveland got a run in the top of the inning. A run on 2 hits. Rays have had men on base in each of the first 3, but no runs yet.
The long hold
swing and miss. Out of that long hole came 98.
Well, here's the thing. You've got the base run around, so you've got 20 seconds to work with. And what Gavin Williams did there was he came set quick and then just held it and held it and held it and trying to make Brandon Lowe uncomfortable there in the dish. Now he's coming set a little bit later, more traditional.
And he missed wide, 99 right there.
Well, remember Brandon's first at bat, first pitch curveball, and Brandon lined it out to right field for a base hit. So now, so far in this at bat, he has been loading up on the heaters and the velocity.
Oh, and this one crowded him in, breaking into him, and he is out on strikes. Rays leave a man, 1-0 Cleveland. On Valley Sports is brought to you by GTE Financial, where banking is instantly easy. And by West Shore Home, America's most admired home remodeling brand. Cole Calhoun opening the 4th inning. It's a 1-0 ball game. Erasmo Ramirez on the hill. You work the 3rd. Got to strike, and it's 1-1.
But, you know, that was Erasmo's 2-seamer. That's a fastball. And Calhoun was way out in front. Yeah, I know it's 89, 90 miles an hour, but same thing right there.
Yep.
I mean, that's an 89 mile an hour sinker, and he's waving at it like it's a changeup.
And a swing and miss, and he just stayed right with it, Ramirez.
We just talked that last half inning about Erasmo being able to read a swing. And that's what he did. Got the first one. OK, let me try it again. Got the second one. Said, I'm going to do it again. I mean, he's swinging at that like it's a changeup. That's a 2-seam fastball. Just waving away. And Erasmo, nice job, him and Pinto being on the same page there and making quick work of Cole.
Gabriel Arias. Ground ball to 3rd. Brady's a half step back to get a little room to make that pickup in the throw.
Who caught who?
Yeah.
And Isak's wondering. That ball got on him like right now.
It's a hot corner.
Ooh, yeah. I mean, it. That ball comes at you.
Sometimes you got to give up a little ground to make up a little ground. And stay alive at the same time. And that's what he did.
Yeah.
Want to know the count here on Straw?
You talk about having to make some quick decisions, and they're really not even decisions, they're reactions.
Yeah, that was 108.1 off the bat. 1-1. Sean Armstrong for 2. Erasmo Ramirez in his 2nd inning. Armstrong, 2 hits and a walk, 3 strikeouts. It's 1-2. Braves utilized 6 pitchers in last night's game to get the eventual 9-8 win. It up the right side and into the stands back of first. Right side, Yandy going out. Lau angling from second is there and makes the catch. Bottom of inning 4 coming. Rosarena's going to lead off. 1-0 Rays coming in to hit in the bottom of the fourth. Celebrate Panamanian Heritage with the Rays. That'll be Friday, September 8th. Fans can purchase a special ticket package, including a seat and a limited edition snapback hat. Buy your special ticket at RaysBaseball.com/Panamanian Heritage.
You know what I'm going to celebrate? Is getting my hands on one of those hats.
Those are great, aren't
Oh, old Montreal Expo look.
they? There's Arena leading off. Randy grounded into a double play his first time. And on a strike here. That's upstairs. Just a little piece of that. 1-2. Swing and miss. There's Arena out on the fastball, up and in.
Well, when you start to overstride a little bit and that front side starts to drift towards the pitcher, it's impossible to get to this pitch. And watch Randy as he comes out. He's going hard after Gavin Williams and just not able to get to that pitch that's crowding him up and in.
Isaac Paredes. No strikes. This one foul. 1.
Well, you really have to be impressed with Gavin Williams so far when you think that fastball curveball combo and then that slider that he was able to get Brandon Lau with to end the last half inning.
And there's some pinpoint with 97 right there.
He's been able to use that pitch like that down and away to these right-handed hitters from time to time. But more importantly, he's been able to climb the ladder with it. So you're able to use that pitch up and down. You've got that curveball. We saw the slider. I haven't seen the changeup too much after Franco got that hit on it in his first AB. And then that.
That's tough with that combination. That's 4 consecutive strikeouts now. And the last 5 outs recorded have been on the strikeout.
Knuckle curve. 97 miles per hour previous pitch, 77 miles per hour on that one, minus 20.
And there's a first pitch strike at 98. Yeah, that combination of the fastball and the curveball.
Think about the last.
High shot back into center field. Well tagged. Straw to the wall. Gone! Home run Raley. Luke Raley belts it out of here. And this game is tied. Number 16 for Luke Raley.
And Dwayne, what I was going to say was, remember Luke Raley's last at bat. Curveball to get ahead of him, and then he popped up a fastball. So here he goes fastball, and it was almost like Luke sitting like, you know what, where's that curveball coming? When's that curveball coming? He hung one, and Raley was all over it. That ball was drilled.
Jose Siri, breaking ball stays in to him. 1 ball, no strikes.
And a great adjustment there, and he got one that stayed in the zone and stayed up a little bit. But he was not fooled.
Fastball driven away out of the zone. 2-0. strike. 2-1, and Siri stepping back. He wasn't all that sure about that pitch. Foul back into the screen. Home run for Raley, his first home run since July the 5th, when he hit one off Taijuan Walker in the Philadelphia series. And he took care of that with a home run here in the 4th to tie the game. Each team with a run, each team with 4 hits now.
I think it's interesting that Gavin Williams, yeah, and the curveball's been good. Don't get me wrong. Even the one, Raley got one, okay, fine. Curveball's been good overall for him. But that slider, we haven't seen a lot of that slider. And that one that he threw to Brandon Lowe was nasty. That's what I'd be going with right here. Be throwing that slider down and away.
And a swing and miss. He goes fastball up and strikes out the side. The Rays, however, get the home run off the bat of Luke Raley. And at the end of 4, this game is tied 1-1. Ball game tied 1-1. We go to the 5th. Stream every Out of Market game live or on demand. Now available at a new low price for the season, starting at $59.99. Blackout and other restrictions apply. For details, visit MLB.tv. Cam Gallagher, the catcher, leads off against Erasmo Ramirez. First pitch is a strike. Well, Ramirez has been crafty out there. And he picks up a strike on the edge. Quickly ahead 0-2. Sean Armstrong is the opener. Pitched 2 scoreless innings. It's foul back. Ramirez was greeted by a triple. And that led to the Cleveland run. Two. Rene Pinto, the battery mate for Ramirez. Where did he go? He started but held up. Adrian Johnson down at first on the call.
We tried to run that cutter off the plate and get Gallagher to go, and clearly did not.
And the count's going to go full.
And now just trying to be a little bit too perfect. Let's see if Erasmo here gets back to being aggressive. Do not want to walk the leadoff man, and certainly not out of the 9-hole.
It's popped up. Foul ball. Pinto discarding the mask, and he takes care of that. 1 away.
With Cash Pop, you just need one number to win. Now with a $10 play, be a one-number wonder with Cash Pop.
Now Ramirez keeps the leadoff man in the inning off the bases, and we go back to the top side. Stephen Kwan, whose triple led to the Cleveland run in the 3rd. He pulls this one up the right field line. That's a foul ball down beyond the bullpen. Triple for Kwan was his 5th of the year.
Well, he's another guy that elite bat to ball skills. And if he finds a gap, you're going to have a hard time keeping him at second base. There's no question. He can fly.
One. He came into this game in the top 5 in total hits this year. leading off. Two balls and a strike. Chopper to first. Unassisted by Yandy Diaz stepping on the bag. 2 up and 2 down. Ryan Rocchio, who drove in a run with the fly ball in the 3rd. Base 3 times last night, reaching on an error and a single and a walk. That's ball 1. One. Look out, that went off the facing of the Cleveland dugout.
Yeah, not real thrilled down there, are they?
Hey.
Yeah, Gabriel Arias saying, hey, the field's that way, buddy.
Down to first. Yandy Diaz takes care of this one unassisted. 3 up, 3 down. 8 in a row retired by Ramirez. 5th inning brought to you by your local GMC dealer.
Just how spoiled we've been watching Wander the last few games defensively. Treated to some wizardry with the Leatherwood shortstop delivering dazzling web gems seemingly on a nightly basis. Now those jump throws that you just witnessed from the Rays 22-year-old shortstop, he actually practices those in pregame ground ball routines. Bench coach Rodney Linares, who has witnessed Wander do this routine time in, time out, says he preaches, be creative defensively in the field. It's something that Wander has perfected, especially with that jump throw, and that we have been treated to, reiterating that Wander's putting in the work, guys, to try and win a gold glove. Rodney told me his biggest problem was going to his left. We've eliminated that. He's good with his backhand. I don't think I've ever seen anybody make the plays that he makes. Veteran pitcher Zach Eflin told me he is a blast to watch. A pitcher's dream, I'm sure, BA, to have a dude like that manning the middle back there.
Oh, you absolutely love that. I mean, listen, and that's one thing that the Rays have always done. They've always built the good pitching staffs, really good, great pitching staffs, and they've had the defenders to support them, and Wander is special.
Josh Lowe leading off. The count is 1-1. Now 2 balls and a strike.
And you know what it does? It infuses your pitching staff with confidence.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, go out there and attack the zone. These guys will run it down for you. They'll make the plays for you.
Fell back, and I can't think there would be many more things demoralizing than to have a pitching staff that made some good pitches and the defense behind them consistently not making plays. I mean, it turns into frustration all the way around.
You're talking about like having like 4 or 5 statues out there behind you. Yes. Yeah, that'll drive a pitching staff mad. Then you feel like you have to be perfect, and maybe that's not good enough.
Josh out on strikes. Out number 1 here in the 5th. But boy, when you have people who can make the plays, not only the routine plays, but make exceptional plays behind you, it picks up everybody.
It does. I mean, it energizes the dugout. It just, so many different positive vibes come from plays like that. It fires up the entire team. And the Rays got plenty of guys that can do that.
Pinto swinging and missing. By the way, the last 7 outs recorded have come on strikeouts by Williams. Pitch is up. 1-1.
Well, he has that kind of stuff, and that's certainly how he pitched his last time out against the Blue Jays when he punched out 12 in 7 innings.
Stays in. 2-1 that pitch. Yeah, 7 innings of 1 hit, no run baseball. He walked 1 and struck out 12. Vito fouls it to even the count.
Yeah, we were talking earlier how Gavin only has 1 win in his 9 starts. He's got 2 7-inning shutout baseball games, one with the 1 hit, one against the Royals with just 2 hits, no decisions, because the Guardians at times have trouble scoring runs.
Upstairs, a full count.
Yeah, more indicative, not his record of 1-3, more indicative of his performance is obviously the ERA at 2.90 coming in.
On the ground to short. Over to first. So contact. The ground ball to short for the 2nd out of the inning.
Baby steps, Dwayne. Baby steps.
Steps. Well, that's progress, I guess. Back around to the top of the lineup. So he's going to start the 3rd time through, and he'll face Yandy Diaz. Yandy struck out and has been hit by a pitch. Coming into the game, hitting .345 this year at home. 1-0. And with an on-base percentage coming into this game overall of .397, which puts him 2nd. He's ahead 2-0. Up the right side toward the corner. Is it fair? It is a fair ball. Bounces back to Laureano. Yandy on his way to 2nd. In head first with a double. Yandy's 24th double of the year, and with 2 outs, the Rays have a scoring opportunity.
Now, fastball away, and look at Yandy. Let that ball get deep. He is so proficient up the middle the other way, and that one he's able to barrel. Nice strong finish, got some good carry, kept it fair, and gives the Rays a 2-out chance.
Well, 2 outs for the man in scoring position for Wander Franco. Well, the Verizon player profile, take a look at what Yandy has done at home this year.
Well, I mean, you go right down here, the .950 OPS, and 9 of his 16, average approaching .350. I mean, across the board. And guess what? He's been really good on the road, too. It's just been special here at Tropicana Field. He adds to those numbers there, and let's see if Wander can add to his numbers over the last couple weeks.
Singled off a changeup in the first. He's 1 for 2. And tried to check on that pitch down and in. He singled on the changeup and then struck out on that fastball at 98. And looking for something with a little more velocity on that first pitch, but could not hold up. Ground ball back to first, just foul. Calhoun with a dive over there, and that ball just foul.
Well, it's been back-to-back sliders, and you know, Gavin Williams has been using that slider more to left-handed hitters than the righties, and he takes it down, the ball up the line, and Adrian Johnson, easy call for him. Calhoun, he's not taking any chances.
It's away. At 99, 1-2. How about this? Hits by switch hitters.
You're all tied up there at the top, and Jose Ramirez will not be playing today or tomorrow, so Wander's got a chance to jump him.
Ground ball fouled again. Back at first. Leon for the second time. Twice last night, scored a run. Bronco trying to get him home here with 2 outs in the 5th. He fouled it, staying alive on a pitch out of the zone wide. Gets him on strikes. That's 10 strikeouts for Williams. 1-1 ball game through 5. Sports is brought to you by the Aggressive Attorneys, Winters and Yonker. By Moffitt Cancer Center, Florida's top choice for the best outcomes. And by Outback Steakhouse. Big plays deserve big steaks. Catering by Outback Steakhouse. Back at Tropicana Field. Great to have you with us this afternoon. 1-1 ball game in the 6th. Osmo Ramirez back to the mound. Andres Jimenez will open the inning for Cleveland. And there's a bunt attempt. He missed it. Strike 1. Laureano will follow, and then Gonzalez. Oscar Gonzalez, the DH. Ground ball. That's going to go through into center field. And Jimenez guiding that one through the middle part. Third hit given up by Ramirez, and hit number 5 for Cleveland.
Just a little bit too much plate there on that 2-seamer, and Jimenez was able to stay right on it and shoot it through the middle of the field. Nothing you could do. He hit that ball sharply, and now you've got a good base runner aboard.
Ramon Laureano shoots it into right. Raley had to give ground to play the hop. It's going to be a first and third now. Jimenez goes to third on the base hit the other way by Laureano, and just like that, on back-to-back pitches, Cleveland with a major threat.
Another 2-seamer, and again, too much plate. That ball just gets into the middle in part of the zone. Laureano, credit to him for staying back on it and staying inside of it, and he's able to drop it in, and just that quickly, the Guardians threatening.
Your card was in your bag this morning, but by now, it could be anywhere. Good thing you have the GTE mobile app. Instantly easy with GTE.
You know, it's interesting. When he was running from second to third, he did not look right. And I thought, well, maybe it's just who knows. But you can see that the Guardians thinking the same thing.
Yeah, they're taking a look at him while Kevin Kelly is at work in the Rays bullpen up the right field line.
You kind of ran Gimpy around second and into third, but going to stay in this ball game. He makes the round right here, and right there, that kind of a little bit of a stumble, and you can see the little grimace coming into third, so he felt something.
Oscar Gonzalez
rolling that left ankle.
Strike 1.
Well, remember Gonzalez in that last at bat, he was pulling off of everything, the cutter away, and Erasmo Ramirez able to take advantage of that, pulled off of that one too, and that was in the middle of the plate. You see, look where Pinto's going.
1-1. foul out of play. It's a ball, 2-strike count. Cleveland with a major 6th inning threat. Oh, very close right there, but he missed wide. 2-2.
He was probably shocked that Gonzalez didn't go after it. It has been just a steady diet of this away from him, and he's able to take that one for a ball.
Fly ball, center field. Siri will back up for this one. Tagging at third, Jimenez. He will score. The throw's into second. And Cleveland takes a 2-1 lead. On the sacrifice fly, 6th run batted in for Gonzalez. Cole Calhoun. Calhoun is 0 for 2. Faced Armstrong once and Ramirez once in the game. Couple strikeouts. And now a strike. Calhoun has 19 career at bats against Ramirez. He's 2 for 19 with 3 walks against Erasmo. 1-1. Now with a run in, 1 on, 1 out. Liner into center. That's going to fall for a base hit. It's reaching out. Hit the line drive. Falling in front of Siri.
Well, the Guardians starting to find a little range here in the 6th inning. 3 of the first 4 hitters base hits, and Kevin Cash coming to make a change.
So that's going to be it for Ramirez. Called to the bullpen. Brought to you by the Florida Lottery. Well, 3 1/3 and 56 pitches for Erasmo Ramirez, working down the middle of this game.
Well, he's responsible for the 2 runners that are still out there. Didn't walk anybody, had 3 strikeouts. Kevin Kelly coming on to try to slow the roll of the Guardians here in the 6th inning as they've jumped out to that 2-1 lead.
Gabriel Arias is the hitter. And at first and second, 1 out. Kelly's first pitch is a strike. Kelly worked 2 innings against the Cardinals here on Wednesday. There's Arias pulling off that pitch, 0-2. Arias pulling one way and that pitch breaking the other.
Do it again. Do it again. Take it a little bit further away.
You would not go for that one.
That's a good take. That's a good take because that was a good pitch. He did go a little bit further away. He laid off on it.
And through the hole on the left side, charged by Arozarena. Laureano's going to stop at third, and the bases will be loaded.
Well, he went back to the fastball. You know, that good take by Arias convinced Kevin Kelly, okay, he's got a good look at my breaking ball. I'm going to go back to the heater. The 2-seamer, he stays right on it. That ball's on the inside part of the plate. He's still able to barrel it. So he gets that bat through the zone quick and shoots that ball through the 5-6 hole.
Miles Straw stepping in. Knocks the ball inside. Straw hit his first home run of the year in the game last night. Ground ball, shortstop. They'll get the out at second. Tough play at first. Safe there. So the run scores. Laureano crossing the plate, and with Straw going down the line, going to be very difficult to double him up.
We've been harping on the Guardians team speed all game long, and this again helps them out because Straw is flying up that line. He runs very, very well, and Wander Franco and Brandon Lowe doing everything that they could do as quickly as they could do it. Didn't matter.
There's the catcher, Cam Gallagher. 1-0. Two-run inning here in the 6th for Cleveland. Stays in. One. Gallagher fouled out to Pinto in the 5th after looking at a called third strike in the 2nd inning. That will be a strike. And it's 2-2. And Laureano had scored. And a swing and miss. Gallagher strikes out swinging. 2-run score for Cleveland. 3-1. Middle of inning 6.
Kevin Williams, his afternoon has come to an end, but he came as advertised. That fastball curveball combo was very, very good here this afternoon, getting that fastball up to 99 miles an hour. There was the slider we were talking about, getting Brandon Lowe, the curveball there for another strikeout. Take a look at our StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud. And he had 10 strikeouts in his 5 innings. 7 of them coming on that 4-seamer, and look at how he was able to use them up to the top of the zone, all except for that one, and that was the one that he was able to get by Wander Franco. That one that was in the heart of the zone. Other than that, couple on the curveball, 1 on the slider, that was to Brandon Lowe. He had it all working here today and leaves with a 3-1 lead.
And it is Brandon Lowe leading off the bottom of the 6th inning against the new pitcher, Rangel De Los Santos. Pitch is a strike, and the count is 1-1. He's down by a couple. 2-1. Josh Fleming just activated from the IL today. Two fastball up. 87 pitches for Williams in the 5 innings he worked. And now a tall right-hander out there. That's foul right back. Caught the catcher Gallagher. Orlando Francona coming out. They want to take a look at Gallagher after took that foul ball off the mask.
Got him right in the forehead. That was a direct shot.
You can see there, he's trying to find his equilibrium.
It's going to be almost impossible to ever get a catcher to come out of a game.
Yeah, it's a special breed. Two upstairs. So the count is full. Arozarena on deck. Rays into the Guardians bullpen. Fly ball back into center field. And Straw's going to have room, plenty of room out there to make the catch. One away. Shorter ball games called for shorter beers. Stream your favorite team live on Valley Sports. And long live #ShortBoySummer. Here's Randy Arozarena against De Los Santos. In there for a strike. The 0 for 2 in his career against this right-hander. A couple strikeouts. 1-1. Randy with a couple at bats against him. In this lineup, that's as many as anybody has had against this guy. 1 and 2.
Yeah, De Los Santos going to that slider away. He's got that fastball. Kind of short arms it. Doesn't have a very long arm swing. See pitchers do that from time to time to try to hide that ball and be deceptive. But with that 1-2 count, you got to think that De Los Santos is going to go right back out there. See if he's going to go off the plate and chase again.
High pop down the right side. That ball is going to be foul and caught by Jimenez over there.
Boy, that's a gutsy pitch. You know, when you get a guy in a 1-1 count to chase that slider that he did on the previous pitch that far off the plate, why in the world would you not go back to it? He threw him 97. Good velocity fastball, but it was right down the middle. Get away with it.
2 gone with the bases empty for Isaac Paredes. A couple strikeouts on the day for the Rays third baseman. He takes 96 up and a little bit in. Isaac struck out twice against the starter, Gavin Williams. Once on 97 up and once on a curveball. Ahead of the count here, 2-0. There's a fly ball into left. And Kwan will be there. 1, 2, 3 go the Rays in inning 6. 3-1 Cleveland. Tomorrow, presented by Academy Sports and Outdoors, we'll hear from Zach Eflin. He'll take his record of 12-6 to the mound. Doug Wechter will break down the American League wild card race. And the wrap-up game of this series between the Rays and the Cleveland Guardians. The Rays 9-8 winners last night. They trailed 3-1 at the end of 6 today. Josh Fleming just back with the team. will become the new pitcher for the Rays, their 4th in this game.
Well, a completely different look from the left side. Josh Fleming, when he is going well, a lot of balls on the ground. He's got that two-seamer changeup that he'll run to try to get these right-handed hitters reaching. Right now, he's going to start out against the lefty. Right there at the top of the order, trying to get Stephen Kwan to smother this ball into the ground.
This pitch is a strike on the inside part of the plate. Triple for Kwan came in the 3rd, and there's a line shot grabbed by Brandon Lowe out there at second base. That's a step and a dive to his right to come up with that one.
That means to the backhand side. This is our Chevy play of the game. Let's go right to it. This ball well struck. I mean, going completely horizontal to the backhand side to pull that ball in. What a play.
Pitch a little low here to Brian Rocchio. Yes, some play is right. Ground is short. Franco comes up throwing. 2 gone. So 2 up, 2 down. Jimenez. And that's a strike. One and one. Pitch, he went around and tried to hold up, could not. Fleming has the jump on Jimenez.
He's never been afraid to pitch left-handers in to get him to swing over the top of his two-seamer.
Comes in and gets the chopper to second. Lyles tossed to first, and it's a 1-2-3. 7th inning. 7th inning stretch presented by Hyundai.
Back here in the 7th inning. Well, Shane McClanahan, we did get an update today. He was officially transferred to the 60-day injured list, which basically means he will no longer be able to pitch for the Rays in the regular season. Could there be a possibility that he pitches in the postseason? Well, that will be determined on Monday. He's going to take a visit to see Dr. Keith Meister to get a full prognosis on what is going on in terms of the tightness and the injury. Everything is on the table is the last update we had, including season-ending surgery for Shane McClanahan. As Zach Eflin told me, it is absolutely heartbreaking to see him go on the 60-day IL. It's not easy losing one of the best pitchers in the world, but everybody in this clubhouse has a job to do, and we cannot lose sight of that. Guys, certainly going to hurt to have Shane on the shelf, but hopefully this pitching staff can be creative, as Kevin Cash said, to get the job done.
Well, creative is the operative word. They're going to have to be that and more. And we've seen them be creative in the past, but there's no question that's a major challenge they are facing, because you don't replace a guy like that.
No, you don't. And you think about going back earlier in the season, Drew Rasmussen, Jeffrey Springs, now Shane McClanahan. That's 60%, a very good 60% of your starting rotation.
Yep.
So you're going to have to get really creative. But Zach Eflin, I think, set the right kind of tone. This is no time to feel sorry for ourselves. Every guy in here has a job to do, meaning someone, or maybe more than someone, needs to step up.
Ball 3 inside to Luke Raley. Eli Morgan, the new pitcher.
You just do not have time. You're getting into middle of August. There is no time to feel sorry for yourself. This is where you start to press that gas down, that gas pedal, in the team car. So some guys need to step up.
Foul. 3-2.
Is there a team car? I don't know where that came from. I was thinking gas pedal, and
Yeah, I got you.
then I thought team car, and
Yeah.
now I'm thinking clown car, which is what I should be taking home.
And there is ball 4. So leadoff walk to Raley. And that's the first walk given up by Cleveland pitching. Only the second walk the entire game. The Rays had the leadoff man on. Well, you know, stranger things have happened in this game. You know, what it does is open some opportunity. Here's Siri fouling it back. Out of play it goes. Strike one. And the Rays looking to fill that void. So there's a major opportunity for someone or some bodies, plural, out front. Chasing that pitch, 0-2.
And that changeup that Eli Morgan will feature. Think about it, the four-seam fastball and the changeup are his two most used pitches. The fastball sits at 93 miles per hour. The changeup at 78. You do not see that kind of range ever in the game anymore. 15 miles per hour.
And Siri is out on strikes for the second time today.
Boy, fastball, changeup, slider. He used them all right there. In fact, he went right down his list. This is his third most used pitch. So the fastball, top, then the changeup, then the slider, and he's able to get the strikeout.
Yeah, and 3 pretty good pitches there, the variety that we saw. Josh Lowe lifted foul, out of play. Josh looking for his first hit today. We're in the bottom of the 7th. The Rays saw Cleveland break the 1-1 tie with 2 runs in the 6th. Back into the screen, 0-2. Just a bit wide right there. 1-2. Morgan, 27 years old. Now the ball pops away, and an attempt to move up, and Raley is in there safely. Heads up base running. And Raley finds himself in scoring position.
How about the fact that he had to hold on to that bag? Heads up base running for sure. See the ball in the dirt, read it, and you're gone. And now stay on that bag. Boy, he able to hook it with that right leg. Luke Raley, a full head of steam.
A wild pitch on the move up. Full count now. Morgan last worked on the 9th in the Toronto series for Cleveland. And right back in and out of the glove, recovered, and now the throw back to second. And they're going to catch Raley. And boy, that's some tough luck for the Rays right there. In and out of Morgan's glove, and he retrieved it.
See.
And Raley is out at second.
Well, there it is. And that ball, he knocks it down, and Raley right there just was caught in no man's land. I think he assumed that ball was getting by him. Watch, he heads it off contact. He's headed to, now he's stuck and cannot get back in time. Well, the Rays are going to challenge this call at second on the tag. Never good when the runner out there vacates the bag. But we'll see. They feel like they saw something that they like.
I'm telling you,
it's close.
It's very close. You're looking at the
boy, that tag
there.
You know, right there, when you see the tag by Rocchio, it goes right down to the dirt. Now, it's tough to tell from that angle right there. That other one that we just saw, watch the tag. That right arm headed to the bag. The tag goes down. Does it get him? It looks like it bounces off the dirt as that right hand slides into the bag. So, yeah, that's worth the challenge. This one, the perspective, the depth perception's a little different.
Yeah, you're not really sure because you can't see when the hand hit the bag there. You're blocked by the left foot.
Now all of the burden of proof lies with the Rays.
Yep.
So that's the only thing going against them. It's got to be definitive. But boy, late in the game like this, you can't take those challenges home with you.
After review, the call on the field stands. The runner is out. Tampa Bay loses their challenge.
So the Rays lose the challenge. Call stands. And take another look at that one angle. I think the Rays like this one the best.
Yeah, I mean, this is the one. The glove looks like it goes straight down and bounces off as that hand gets in. It's tough to tell. That's probably why it was stands, because that's not as definitive as they're looking for.
Now taking off for second, and the throw down is not going to be in time. A stolen base. Josh Lowe picks up number 24.
Well, he knows when to go, right? I mean, he gets a nice jump and the long stride, get low. That's kind of funny. Get Josh Lowe and get in there.
I mean, you talk about running a straight line. That is an efficient move up there on the stolen base, number 24 in 26 attempts. Now Ramirez hitting here in place of Pinto is down 2 strikes. Upstairs 1 and 2. So the Rays down 3-1. We have Josh Lowe at second. And Ramirez hitting against Morgan. And a ground ball, base hit up the middle. That's going to score Josh Lowe. The pinch hitter Ramirez comes through and he makes it 3-2.
What a great job by Harold Ramirez cutting down on the swing. Took a big swing there for strike 2 and then said, okay, let's go back to work in the middle of the field, and he gets a slider. Great job right here. Stay right on it, and barrel that ball right through the middle of the field. This ball off the bat, no one's getting to that. Outstanding job.
Well, and I'll tell you, that's something too. You know, with 2 outs and Josh Lowe at first, essentially to manufacture a run on the stolen base by Lowe, and then that pinch hit single by Ramirez. The last Rays Summer Special Day comes up Tuesday, the 22nd of August. Includes discounted pricing throughout the ballpark on tickets, parking, concessions, and more. For details, visit RaysBaseball.com/summer. That also gets Yandy Diaz to the plate. He doubled in the 5th inning after being hit by a pitch in the 3rd. He's upstairs, so it's a 1-run ball game. A big run to score with 2 outs here in the 7th for the Rays. And the ground ball going to go through the right side. Ramirez will turn and hold at second base as Yandy comes up with a base hit. And that's going to get Franco to the plate.
They'll just keep chipping away, chipping away. Yandy Diaz going to right field once again. That ball right off the end of the bat, but it was perfectly placed over there.
Second hit of the day for Yandy. And here's Wander Franco, 1 for 3 today. After the big night last night. And he nubs one down the third base side. Picked up there by Arias, who steps on the bag to retire the side. Little roller. Rays close to within 1.
Rays have closed ground after scoring there in the bottom of the 7th inning to get within 3-2. Devin Williams came as advertised, the young starter, draft pick, first-round draft pick back in 21. 5 innings of overpowering pitching. Gave up the 1 earned run on a home run by Luke Raley, but 10 strikeouts, no walks. Andres Jimenez has had a nice day at the plate for the Guardians, and Erasmo Ramirez pitched into the 4th inning of work for him. Has now given way to Josh Fleming.
So Fleming facing Ramon Laureano. That's a strike. 1-1. Laureano, then Gonzalez due up. Calhoun will follow him. And a liner, that's a fair ball up the left field side. Kicking the sidewall out to Arozarena. And Laureano has his 2nd hit of the game. This one a double after he singled and scored in the 6th inning.
Boy, able to just keep this fair. That breaking ball, he gets around it. And boy, you're hoping that thing just hooks foul. And you can see just inside the line. And the Guardians look to answer.
So a man in scoring position with nobody out for Oscar Gonzalez. Gonzalez already with a run batted in on a fly ball to center his last time up. Coming with the turn. Nothing doing back there. Into short right, charged by Raley, but he's going to have to pull up. A big hop there, and it will be 1st and 3rd. Laureano over to 3rd base. Boy, when that ball, he kind of got in between, and that took that big hop. A little dangerous for just a moment there.
Well, here's what you're talking about. That ball right off the end of the bat. Everybody just in a wait-and-see mode. What's going to happen with Raley? And that big hop, and he was able to just knock it down, swat it down. No harm, no foul. Runners at 1st and 3rd. But boy, we got to get to work right here.
Well, Calhoun's going to be the hitter. Signed up your little slugger for the Rays Rookies Kids Club presented by Suncoast Credit Union for just $40. The MVP membership includes a free kids meal at every home game and more. Join today at RaysBaseball.com/RaysRookies. Well, the infield will come up with a runner at 3rd and another runner at 1st. The left-handed bat of Cole Calhoun in against Fleming. And he sends a fly ball down the right field line. That ball has home run distance, but it is a foul ball.
Did you see Cole Calhoun as he got to 1st and they were calling it foul? He was putting his hands up to his ears like challenge it, challenge it. That ball's foul. Watch this. He's like, come on, challenge it. His perception's a little off, I think.
Well, he was trying to use mind over matter there.
He did come from the Angels, Dwayne.
There you go. Anything could happen. This one down, blocked by Bethancourt. 1-1. Uh-oh, line shot against the drawn-in infield. Base hit into right will score Laureano. And Cleveland comes right back with a run. 3 hitters into the 8th inning, and a hot shot by Calhoun.
Well, you had that infield pulled in, and so he got just enough height to get it out over the leap allow. That pitch down out over the plate, but Calhoun's able to barrel it. And let's see. Right there, tucked in, just short. You think about that play he made earlier in the game.
Now the bunt, that's going to be a foul ball. Throw down to third, but it's foul. Rays went ahead and tried to complete the double play there with the throw across the diamond, but it's a foul ball and strike 1 to Arias.
Yeah, and you know what? You don't know, so go make the play.
Oh, absolutely.
Let the umpires too many times we've seen players assume, and meanwhile that ball's in play. So just go make the play. Let the umpires sort it out.
Is chasing. Only 11 hits for Cleveland and 4 runs. Rays facing a 2-run deficit in the 8th inning. And there's a much needed strikeout for out number 1.
Boy, he goes with the changeup. Oh, the string. That was just excellent arm speed, better location, and the result that you're looking for. Now, you'd like to say, hey, how about a first pitch ground ball double play and get out of this inning? But you've got a guy at the plate that can absolutely fly. That's going to be tough.
Miles Straw. Strike on the edge. The Rays had trimmed the deficit to 1 with that run in the 7th, and the Guardians back with a run in the 8th. Little tapper back to second, out there, quick throw to first, not going to be quick enough. And Straw with that speed beats the play. It'll be first and third with 2 outs.
Yeah, I was very optimistic until I saw who was coming to the plate.
Yes.
For that reason right there.
Yep.
I mean, he gets up the line. This is the second time that the Rays have had an opportunity to maybe turn one with him at the plate, and it's not even close.
Now, the last time resulted in a run batted in. Now Cam Gallagher fouled out of play. Trevor Stephan down in the bullpen. That's a line drive foul.
Get down there and smother it.
Yep. Stayed right with it. 2 strikes. Stairs, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ground ball, that's headed up the middle, and a base hit into center. Another run will score. Gonzalez crosses the plate. Straw to second base. And Gallagher picks up a run batted in, his 7th of the year. It's a 3-run deficit.
Just able to reach out there and hit that ball hard enough to get it outside of the dive of Brandon Lowe. But he gives it every little bit of effort to get there and just can't quite do it.
A strike to Kwan. Ball chopped toward the middle, backhand stop, but nowhere to go with it. Lau got up the middle there and made a great stop. And that's going to be a base hit for Kwan, and the bases are going to be loaded.
Well, the only thing that you look at is it kept a run from scoring, but this ball was just hit into no man's land. So where are you going to go with it? He gets up. There's no play at second. There's no play at third. And with Kwan running, you're not going to get him at first. So.
Want to know the count here. Rocchio, he drove in a run with a fly ball in the 3rd. One. Five hits in the inning against Fleming. And it's 2-1. Ground ball down to third. Paredes to Lau for the force. 8 men come to the plate for Cleveland. It's now 5-2. Frustrating day for the Rays as they come in to hit in the bottom of the 8th inning. It's a 5-2 ball game. Rays 2 back of Baltimore, 3 in the loss column. That coming out of the 9-8 walk-off win last night. And we go to the bottom of the 8th in this one with the Rays down by 3, and they will face Trevor Stephan. He is pitcher number 4 for Cleveland. Brandon Lau leads off here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Takes a pitch away. Ball, no strikes. Rays got a run off Williams on the home run by Raley, and 1 run charged to Eli Morgan. Well, 1 for 3 with a first inning hit. 2.
Boy, everything away from Lau right here. He's got so much power to the pull side that Trevor Stephan, a couple backdoor sliders, and then that heater at 95. Away, 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 thinking make him beat me to the big part of the field. Staying out there.
It's 2-2. Stephan, originally drafted by the New York Yankees out of the University of Arkansas. And a foul ball, just a little bit of that one into the dirt in front of Gallagher. Still 2-2. Harper foul, chased by Calhoun, but he runs out of room. Stephen worked the last game of the Toronto series. Cleveland, 1 inning, gave up a hit, a couple strikeouts and no runs. And he gets the strikeout of Brandon Lau. 1 gone.
Away, 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 and this one just perfectly located on that edge.
And 96 out there.
That helps.
Well, there's Randy. Arozarena 0 for 3 in this game. Fouls it straight back and out of play.
That was the closest one this year, Dwayne. The closest one this year getting into our booth.
Yep. And that divide between our booth and the radio booth over there, we're just going to let the radio guys deal with that one.
Yeah, they've already had at least one. I'll tell you what, those balls come back up here with some heat on them.
One, yes, they do.
You stick your hand up there, go ahead and expect that broken finger or broken hand.
See, I think Neil was all set.
Hello, ladies.
Uh-oh. Arozarena hit by a pitch. So Randy will take the leisurely walk down the line to first. That's the 14th time he's been hit by a pitch this year. And here's Isaac Paredes, who's been hit 15 times.
Well, I mean, look at where he stands.
Yep.
He gets that back foot is in the corner of the batter's box. Yes, he has an open stance, but as that ball's being delivered to the plate, he is closing that stance and he is looking to cover the plate and get the ball to the pull side. Well, you're going to be that close, you are going to get hit. Isaac willing to accept it.
Foul ball. Yeah, if you look down the middle part of this order, Arozarena now has been hit 14 times, Paredes 15 times, and Luke Raley, who has homered and walked in this game, has been hit 14 times as well. Foul ball, and that one is back, I think, into the Cleveland booth.
If it was Manning, Rick Manning put it away. Center fielder.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, Manning made the play.
He's putting it away right now. He picked it up and put it away. Manning's the best.
Oh,
Runner takes off. Swing and a miss for the strikeout, and Arozarena has himself his 15th stolen base.
You know, before I came down here to play again in 2008, which obviously didn't work out, in 2007 I had taken that year off and I was living in Cleveland. So they asked me to do some TV stuff. So I did a weekly magazine show and then got the opportunity for 8 to 10 games to be up in the booth with Rick and Matt as a 3-man booth. And he was so accommodating, such a great dude.
Yeah.
I mean, just a great group. I mean, he's absolutely a blast and heck of a center fielder too. In fact, he was the guy, he caught the last out of Len Barker's perfect game.
Yep. Yeah, he could go get it out there. 1-0. I first ran across him when he was a mere lad, and I was a mere lad as well.
And where was that?
In the minor leagues in Oklahoma City.
Ooh.
And he was one of the top prospects coming up for Cleveland.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes, he was. What a.
And boy, he could run and go get the ball then. And the same kind of guy. Just been the same since. There's a shot toward right center field. Extra bases coming here. Rosarena's going to score. Raley into second with a double, and that gives the Rays fans something to cheer about, making it a 2-run game.
Now he's just trying to piece it together, one at bat at a time. Four-seam fastball, Raley. Well, he's able to get that ball close to off the end of the bat too, and still got that much carry. That's how strong Luke Raley is.
So the Rays with a run here in the 8th inning make it a 2-run game and get the potential tying run to the plate in Jose Siri. Takes the ball. Siri with 23 home runs has a double in this game. And he represents a potential tying run. And that's a strike, 1-1. Fairbanks up in the bullpen for the Rays. Two balls and a strike. Siri has one official at bat in his career against Stephan, 0 for 1. And he's asking for time.
What do you think this swing is going to look like from Jose Siri in a 2-1 count? I'm going to try to tie this up.
We've seen it before. Here it is. A big swing and he misses.
And that's why Stephan goes with the 2-1 changeup and gets him out in front.
The 2-2 and strike 3 call, popped away from Gallagher, who puts the tag on him, and Siri is caught looking. The Rays score 1 and lead 1 and trail by 2. For Rays Live, the post game following our game coverage. Rich and Doug will be anchoring our coverage, presented by Advent Health. We'll hear from Kevin Cash and further interviews from the clubhouse. Headed into the 9th inning, the Rays are down by 2. Jimenez will lead it off. Fleming back out there. Andres Jimenez with the 1 ball, no strike count. The first grabbed by Yandy Diaz, 3 unassisted. The leadoff man retired. Ramon Laureano. Pitch is down. Very important to keep that leadoff man off the base, because every time the Guardians have put that leadoff man on base in this game, they have scored. Now have 5 runs. 1-1 to count on Laureano. Ground ball. Fleming with the underhanded toss. 2 quick outs.
What a frustrating outing here for Josh Fleming, because you get those ground balls, and how many other ground balls were able to sneak through against him. And that's kind of the risk that you run without having the ability to shift anymore like you used to be able to do. And a guy that gives you a lot of contact, but on the ground, some are going to slip through.
Gonzalez, a ground ball to third. Nice play. Paredes moving to his left, and 3 ground balls, 1, 2, 3. Bottom of the ninth coming. Josh Lowe is going to lead it off. Well, the Rays coming in for their final shot in the bottom of the ninth inning. They are down by 2. Luke Raley with a big day, showing some signs of what we have seen from him in the past in the production department, with a home run and a double, a walk in between, and a couple runs batted in.
Yeah, he made a really nice adjustment on that curveball from Gavin Williams to get that out to straightaway center field, showing you how strong he is. He also did on that double right there, because that ball was off the end of the bat, and he still got a ton of carry with it. So Luke Raley hopefully coming alive here for that Rays offense. And boy, they need to come alive here in the bottom of the ninth inning. It will not be easy. Emmanuel Clase, 54 games, 273 earned run average, 50 punch outs.
And here is Josh Lowe, first man to face him. Ground ball up the middle and a base hit into center. So Josh Lowe is aboard, wasting little time, and with that the Rays get the potential tying run to the plate.
How quick was that swing by Josh Lowe? Clase throws a 99-mile-an-hour cutter. He's right on it. That ball stays in the middle of the plate, and Josh Lowe right there yelling to his dugout, "Let's go." Tying run to the plate.
Well, Josh is now 2 for 2 in his career against Clase. Christian Bethancourt is at the plate. Strike one.
Well, I'll tell you, Clase comes at you, doesn't he?
He does.
Boy, is he driving towards home plate. Throwing that cutter up there near triple digits. That was a slider at 90.
There goes Lowe, and a ball hit on the ground. It's short. They're going to have to go to first. Up to second base goes Lowe. Bethancourt is the first down in the ninth.
How fortunate is that right there?
Yep.
If he's not running, it's 2 outs, nobody out. Wow. Timing is everything.
Yep. Well, this will get Yandy Diaz to the plate as the potential tying run. Been on 3 consecutive trips up there. And that is 100 taken for a strike.
Did you see Yandy going out after that? He was looking to maybe on that first pitch try to jack one. He will pick his spots to try to pull for power. And that would have been a good time to do it. But a great pitch by Clase.
Down in the dirt. Blocked by Gallagher, 1-1. Rays with 2 outs left. Yandy at the plate. Franco on deck. And a fly ball into center field. Straw going back. That ball is going to be off the wall. Here comes Lowe. He will score into second standing Yandy Diaz, and it's a 1-run ball game. Yandy Diaz drives it to center and also brings this crowd to life.
Well, there's the pitch right there. Stayed up and out over the plate, and Yandy takes a shot. That's a big swing, and I think that his reaction, he thought he got him. He absolutely thought that he got him, and then realized, I didn't get him, and I better go. Well, trying to read that throw, and he's able to kind of sneak in the back door. This ball hard off the wall, about 2/3, 3/4 of the way up.
And now Wander Franco against Clase. Strike one. Franco 2 for 3 in his young career against Emmanuel Clase. And quickly down 0-2.
Well, I'll tell you what, the sense of urgency from Clase. The first pitch, 102-mile-an-hour cutter, and that was a 93-mile-an-hour slider, and this was last night. How about it? Walk off, 9-8, third pitch of the AB.
The 0-2 pitch. Oh, strike 3 called on the outside corner. Franco strikes.
Up and away. That backdoor slider, and it gets that edge. Right there.
So 2 outs in a 1-run game. And now Brandon Lowe takes it down. Ball, no strikes. Had a big hit back in the first. He is 1 for 4. He takes ball 2. That's 101 and pretty close right there. Could have been a strike.
That looked to be the same location where he got Wander Franco, and that one not called. But you know what? Gives Brandon a good count to work with here. See something out over the heart of the plate and try to end it.
Into the dirt it goes, and over to third base goes Yandy Diaz on the wild pitch. So it's 3-0 to Lowe, and the potential tying runs at third.
Boy, he just spikes that cutter. I mean, that ball hit in front of the plate.
Yandy at third. 5-4 game. 3-0 the count to Brandon Lowe. And that's going to be a strike. 102 over the inside edge. Right down to the wire. And a little tap. Left side. Rogill long throw, sink, the run scores, and this game it's tied. Yandy Diaz scores on that tapper to the left side, and Rogill could not get it over there in time.
Yeah, all because of the spike cutter. That's what allowed Yandy to get over to third base. Brandon Lowe, 3-1 count, able to smother that ball over to the shortstop side, and where he was playing him more up the middle, impossible play to make. How about it?
There's Randy Arozarena in a tie game now, and he takes a big cut and comes up empty. Strike 1. Here's another look at that play.
Well, there's just nothing that Rogill could do. I mean, Brandon beats this by a mile. They're not even close. Put the ball in play, good things can happen.
Wow, the pitch is swing and a miss, and the throw down is not going to be in time. A stolen base. Well, Brandon Lowe safely in with his 6th stolen base of the year.
Well, there he goes. There's the jump. Trying to get into scoring position because, once again, put the ball in play. Something good can happen.
Now Lowe off second. 2 strikes the count to Arozarena. And it's down. 2 strikes. Randy 1 of 2 in his career against Clase. Pop-up foul that will carry back into the stands.
Well, these are the moments that Arozarena lives for. The big moment, game on the line. Loves that bright light.
The 1-2, and the bat goes one way, and the ball to the backstop on that big swing, and he got just a little bit of that. So the count remains 1-2. Here it is.
Lengthen the swing.
pitch of this at bat. And a liner into right center. That ball is going to drop, and the Rays are going to win it. Lau scores. Randy Arozarena with the game winner. And the Rays pull it off again. Bottom of the ninth. Rays win it 6-5. How about that?
He loves these moments. Well, what can you say? He was down in the count early to a guy, Clase, throwing 102-mile-an-hour cutters. Did a great job of staying on that pitch that was moving away from him and lining it out the other way to right center field. What a finish here for the Rays.
If we thought last night was improbable, this one seemed possibly impossible.
Yeah, no, not down 2 runs. But you know what? Josh Lowe got it started.
Yep.
Right back up the middle on a 100-mile-an-hour pitch. And Randy, look at that. You talk about lengthening the swing, and he got his arms extended. He pushed that ball the other way. Great effort out there to try to come up with that ball, but it falls a little bit short. And there is Brandon Lau coming home. Touch home, eject that helmet, and go celebrate with your teammates.
Boy, I'll tell you, you are so right on Josh Lowe starting this inning the way he did. Lau kept it going. Randy Arozarena with the game winner. Jubilation for the Rays, dejection for Cleveland. Right now, let's go down to Ryan and Randy Arozarena.
Randy Arozarena, back-to-back walk-offs for the Rays in consecutive nights. Randy, you were down in the count to Clase, but you were able to get that ball in the gap and score Brandon Lau. How'd you do it?
¿Cómo hiciste ahí en el turno? ¿Estabas abajo en la cuenta? ¿Qué estabas pensando ahí?
No, solo estaba tratando de pegarle a la pelota, ya que es un pitcher que tira más de 100 millas y él solo iba a hacer el trabajo. Yo no podía hacer mucho swing porque me iba a ganar un poco, pero se sintió bien.
All I was trying to do was just try to hit the ball. He's a guy who throws over 100 miles an hour. I was just trying to find a way to hit the ball, and it felt good.
Randy, 6 walk-off wins for this team this season. You have 3 of them. What is it about this moment when the light is shining brightest that you produce?
Que parece que tú tienes 3 de los... Oh, yeah. Parece que tú tienes 3 de los walk-off hits de nosotros. ¿Por qué en ese momento te sientes que tienes que producir?
Claro, porque la ocasión necesita una producción y gracias a Dios ha salido los 2 hits en esos buenos momentos y ha podido ayudar a contribuir a la victoria.
In that occasion like that, you're looking for production. Luckily, we're able to get a couple of those hits in those situations, and we're able to get the win on that.
Given the injuries, given the struggles of July, you've now won 4 of your last 5 series. How big is it for this club making that playoff push into October?
Después de batallar en julio, hemos ganado los últimos 4 de 5 series. ¿Qué estamos haciendo para ganar esas series?
Estamos siguiendo trabajando igual, todo el mundo se encuentra en una mejor posición, todo el mundo es motivado ya en la recta final y creo que eso está ayudando a que el equipo se encuentre en muy buen estado y terminar fuerte la segunda mitad.
Everyone's working hard, everyone's motivated. We know that this is the last stretch of the year, so there's a lot of motivation to keep on going, and you know we can't hold back. We have to keep our heads up.
All right, go get the series victory and sweep tomorrow.
Thank you, thank you.
All right, Randy Arozarena, plays hero yet again. Dwayne, this man shines brightest when it matters most.
Yes, he does, and another cardiac finish for the Rays as they pull this one out over Cleveland. 6-5. Fleming will get the win, Clase the loss. And boy, what an exhibition it was for the Rays, executing in the bottom of that 9th inning, culminating in this base hit by Randy Arozarena to give the Rays a 6-5 victory. For Brian Anderson and the rest of our crew, Dwayne Stats, hope you've enjoyed the telecast. It's been fun. Rays Live, the postgame, comes your way next. We will see you tomorrow afternoon.